Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And welcome Tarzan and welcome Jane. How are you all today? Oh, hang on. We have to welcome Cheetah too, don't we? Yes, that's only fitting. We have to remember our manners, don't we? Yes. So, in that case, welcome Cheetah too. I hope you're having fun. All right, so here we all are. Once again, people. Me in the studio and you not in the studio. At least I don't think you're here in the studio. Hang on, I'll have a look. Nope, there's no one here. I'm all alone in this world. Oh dear, poor me. No, it's all right. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not all alone in this world, really. I've got a wife, for one thing, and for another, I'm not even alone in the studio. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here with me, so it's okay. I'm not going to become lonely anytime soon. All right, people, it's time to get stuck into Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, you all know that. I know, and we're still in the middle of our mega revision. So, if you're all ready, let's get cracking. Let's start today's revision session. And welcome to the afternoon. How is everybody? Are you all having a fun afternoon?
Yes, we're having a wonderful afternoon. Our day started well. We had breakfast together, then we watched TV, then we had lunch. We're having a great day.
Good. Well, it's always nice to see that Jeffrey, Bungle, Zippy and George are having fun. But hopefully all of you out there in Hungarian TV land are also having fun too. Okay, so what now? Well, just as we did yesterday, it's time to tell the animals what time it is. Yes, the drill appears to have worked. The animals have been drilled in what they have to do so many times that it's become second nature to them. Have you heard that phrase before? No? Well, if something becomes second nature to you or to someone else, all it means is that you've done something so many times that now it's a perfectly natural thing for you to do. Think about when I came to Hungary. All my driving experience was from the UK. And in the UK, we drive on which side of the road? Yes, that's right. In the UK, people drive their cars on the left of the road. But in Europe, people drive on the right. So, when I came to Hungary, it was a little bit strange for me. It wasn't normal for me to drive on the other side of the road. But now, after many, many years of driving in Europe, now, for me, it's become second nature to drive on the right-hand side of the road. It's become completely natural, something that I do without thinking. And the same is true of the animals. We've drilled them so many times in what they have to do that it's become second nature to them. So now, we don't have to tell them what to do. Now, all we have to do is give them the signal. Animals! A symbol! It's time for the afternoon's English lesson. So, you know the drill. Hop to it. Chop, chop. Great. Now we can get started. All right, so, who remembers what we were looking at yesterday? Yes, you all do. I know that. Okay, but let's just recap for a second. Yesterday, we were talking about some and any. We talked about the fact that we use some and any with uncountable nouns and also with plural countable nouns. We can't use some and any with singular countable nouns. That doesn't make any sense. Some and any are very similar to the indefinite article, but the indefinite article means one, and some and any mean more than one. So, because we use them to talk about more than one, we can't use them with singular countable nouns. That would be completely illogical. Okay, so we know that we use them with uncountable nouns, things like rice, money, time, water. Things like that. And we also know that we use them with countable, plural nouns. Things like, oh, I don't know, cows, or hippopotami, or oranges. Things like that. Now, when we're making positive sentences, then we have to use some. I've got some lemons and some rice. I've got any lemons and any rice. But when we're making negative sentences, then we have to use any. I haven't got any money, and I haven't got any shoes. I haven't got some money, and I haven't got some shoes. So, if the sentence is positive and we're talking about countable plural nouns or uncountable nouns, then we use some. If, however, the sentence we're making is negative and we're talking about countable plural nouns or uncountable nouns, then we use any. Now, we also need to look at what happens with questions. We know what happens with positive statements. We use some in positive sentences when we're talking about plural countable nouns or when we're talking about uncountable nouns. We also know what happens with negative sentences. We use any in negative sentences when we're talking about plural countable nouns or uncountable nouns. Now, what about questions? Well, in most questions we use any. I've got some money. He hasn't got any money. Have they got any money? I need some help with my homework. She doesn't need any help with her homework. Do you need any help with your homework? So, as you can see from those examples, if the sentence is positive, then we use some. If the sentence is negative, then we use any. And in those two questions we just saw, we also used any. But, now, here's the thing. As I told you a couple of minutes ago, we use any in most questions, which means that we don't use any in all questions when we're talking about plural countable nouns or uncountable nouns. If we're offering something, if we're asking if someone wants or would like something, if we're presenting something to someone, then we usually use some, not any. Would you like some coffee? Would you like any coffee? The same is also true when we ask for things, when we ask if someone can give us something. Can I have some tomato soup? Can I have any tomato soup? Now, okay, some of you are probably thinking, yeah, but what about the question, do you want any beer? Well, in that question, we're using any because it's a normal question. It's not really the same sort of question when we're offering or presenting something to someone. If we're standing with a tray of drinks and we ask someone, would you like some beer? Then in this case, we're offering something, a drink, some beer from the tray we're holding. In the second question, it's more an idea of, I'm going to the supermarket, is there anything that you need? So it's a standard question, so we use any. This means that when we see the question, do you want any beer? We know that the situation is different to someone offering us a drink. It's more the situation that someone is asking if we want them to buy something for us at the supermarket. If the question is, do you want some beer? Then they're offering us a drink. Okay, so on we go. Let's try a few of those, shall we? Have a look at the following exercise and see if you can decide which word we should use, some or any. As usual, we'll do the first one together, okay? Alfredo bought cheese at the supermarket, but he didn't buy water. Okay, so what do you think? Well, let's have a look at the first part of the sentence. Is that part positive or negative? Well, it's the verb to buy in the past simple, but I can't see not, can you? No. So that tells us that this part of the sentence is positive. Okay, so positive. And we're talking about cheese, which is uncountable. So that means that Alfredo bought some cheese. It's positive, and we're using an uncountable noun, some. Good. Now, what about the next part of the sentence? What can we see there? Aha, yes, there. lurking at the end of the past tense of the verb to do. It's not, isn't it? Yes, this part of the sentence is negative, isn't it? We can see that we're using an auxiliary verb, the verb to do, in the past tense, did. And we know that we use the auxiliary verb to make questions and negatives. If the second part of the sentence was positive, then we would just use the past simple form of the verb to buy, bought, just as we did in the first part of the sentence. But no, in this part of the sentence, we're using the auxiliary verb did. And we can see that we've also added the not, did not, or didn't, followed by the infinitive, buy. Now, we're talking about the fact that Alfredo went to the supermarket, but he didn't buy water. So, it's an uncountable noun, which means...
Well, as you said, Gav, it's a negative. And the sentence is also about water. And we all know that water is uncountable. So the correct answer is, he didn't buy any water.
Yes, that's right, Captain Cucumber. He didn't buy any water. Brilliant! So, you all get the idea. Now, in the next few questions, I'd like you to do the same. Look at the sentence and decide which word we need to complete the sentence. On your marks, get set, go! I need to wash my hair. It smells like a homeless dinosaur's armpit. Is there shampoo? Loretta was on holiday for 2 weeks. When she got back to work, there were lots of email messages for her waiting on her computer. This evening, she's going to write emails. Ben says remote control Jeep isn't working. I don't think there are batteries in it. Master Ken can beat the whole world on his own. He doesn't need help. I went to London to buy new Geoffrey West shoes, but the shop didn't have shoes in my size. My memory card's full, so I can't take more photos. This evening, I'm going to the pub with friends of mine. When we were in London, we visited 3 very interesting museums and very boring museums. I'd like to buy my friends drinks in the pub, but I left my wallet in my other jacket. I haven't got money. All right, fantastic. So, how did you all get on? Were those easy? They were, weren't they? What do you say, Captain Cucumber?
Oh, dear me, that wasn't difficult. That was the opposite of difficult. That was simple. Simple pimple. That was easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy legs and easy autumn breezy.
And that's it. We're done for the day. Yes, it's true. Our revision session for Tuesday, the 17th of April, 2018 is over. And now it's time for us to part. You go that way and I'll go this way. Or, if you'd prefer, we could always do things the other way around. In that case, I'll go this way and you can go that way. It makes no odds. I'm easy. Either I can go this way and you can go that way, or alternatively, you can go this way and I can go that way. Like I said, I'm easy. All right, people, it's time for me to go home and catch up with a cup of coffee. And, well, I reckon that you lot might have some chores to take care of, but you'd know that better than me. So, home for me, possibly chores for you, and then we'll meet again tomorrow, same time, same place. Make a note in your diary. M5 tomorrow, sitting on the couch. All right, people. See you all tomorrow. See you later. Bye.